Hey fellow explorers, if we haven't met, I'm Chris, this is Yellow Productions, and I am a foodie, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you 66 of my favorite restaurants in Orange County, California, where we live here, home of Yellow Productions. I have personally eaten at all of these restaurants and would recommend them to you, just like if you were my friend. We were sitting next to the fireplace and talking about what food you should eat when you'll go to Orange County. This is unlike those other lists that just aggregate things that other people say. This is not what other people say. This is what I say. So this is the best of Orange County eats according to me. Now, whether you're visiting Orange County, you live here, or you're just a foodie and you're wondering, what does Chris like? I tried to have the most varied amount of cuisines in this list because Alex asked for this video. He said, hey Chris, I would like, if you could do me a big favor, can you make a video about all of your favorite restaurants in Orange County and try to get as many cuisines as possible? So that's what we're doing today. So the first thing I want to do before we get into the 66 restaurants, though, is just give you a quick primer of some of the neighborhoods in Orange County that you might find some tasty eats of certain ethnic varieties. So in particular, let's go ahead and look at a map. On this map, you see Mexico down on the top, Los Angeles up there. Where is Orange County, if you're not familiar? Many people just consider it Los Angeles, but it's a county of its own right there, home to Disneyland, just south of Los Angeles, just north of San Diego, tucked in there right along the coast. And so there's a bunch of different cities. If you're looking for Mexican food, your best spot is going to be in Santa Ana. If you're looking for Japanese food, you'll want to head over to Costa Mesa. Chinese food, Irvine. Vietnamese food to Westminster, also known as Little Saigon. Little known fact about Orange County is that Little Saigon or Westminster is home to the largest Vietnamese population outside of Vietnam. Thai food is really great in Garden Grove. Korean food, really good up in Buena Park, which is also home to Knott's Berry Farm, Orange County's second biggest theme park. Arabian food is in Anaheim, which is where Disneyland is. Neighborhood there in North Anaheim is known as Little Arabia. And then finally, the coast is where you're going to find views and really expensive food. So probably on this list, we'll have less of that and more of the things we see up there. Now, this is not to say that you won't find any of those other cuisines in any other neighborhoods, but if you're looking for one of those, you can stumble into one of those neighborhoods and you'll find some pretty good eats. So I want to get into number one now. We're going to start with Mexican food, because if people say, Chris, what are your favorite cuisines? Well, I say it's hamburger, pizza, and Mexican, probably in that order. But I want to start with Mexican because if you're coming to Southern California, you're probably going to be looking for some good Mexican eats. And so let's get into my probably favorite Mexican restaurant that I eat at the most in Orange County. This one is called Baja Fish Tacos. It is a mini chain here. They've got like 5 or 6 different locations in Orange County. So you can pick the one you want to go to. Lake Forest, Costa Mesa, Santa Ana. You'll find a few of them. Pretty unassuming. That's their name. It's what they serve. I really like their blackened fish taco. It's a broiled fish that's been seasoned with some spices. That's a steak enchilada there in the middle with some red sauce, pinto beans, white rice. Their pico de gallo they make fresh in-house every day. This place is to die for, I believe. Best grilled fish tacos you'll find. If you want some fried fish tacos, then you might want to head up into the LA area. That's a whole different video because we're talking about Orange County here. My second favorite Mexican place to eat in Orange County is Jalapeños. This is another mini chain in Orange County. They've got a few different locations. My favorite, this one here in Tustin. And you know it's going to be a good spot when you go in and you see the guy standing right there at the front, chopping up the carne asada, chopping up the meats, which is what they do here. I really like their carne asada torta Mexican sandwich. Hard to find a good torta, if you ask me. There has to be a great combination of bread, guacamole, well-seasoned carne asada. The carne asada just has a really great taste at this location. I also like their carne asada burrito, their carne asada tacos. Anything with carne asada is great because that guy chops it right up and then puts it there right on the sandwich. My third favorite restaurant in Orange County, still on the Mexican trend. This one's called Lupes Mexican food. They have a few locations. My favorite is the one in Dana Point. Lupes is particularly famous for their al pastor. This is pork that is on a rotisserie, kind of like if you were getting shawarma at a Greek restaurant, and they carve it off kind of with a sword or a big knife and put it on tacos, and then put a little bit of this avocado salsa that is not really guacamole, it's an avocado salsa, onions, cilantro, super delicious. And if you go on Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, so you get a discount on it. That's kind of a trend in Southern California, in Orange County. Go on Tuesdays to a Mexican place, generally get good deals on tacos. My fourth favorite restaurant in Orange County, still Mexican, Taqueria De Anda Grill. There's Taqueria De Anda, and then there's Taqueria De Anda Grill. Taqueria De Anda Grill is a little bit of the upscale one. This one, you could kind of consider it a much more authentic Mexican version of Chipotle, in that you go in there, you go down the line, you pick what you want on your tacos or on your burritos. I usually get the burritos when I go there. That's what the burrito looks like. That's the carne asada burrito, the meat you can't go wrong with. Really great hot sauce to put on it. The location I usually go to is the one in Lake Forest. A new spot for me, and it just made this list because we just ate here 2 weeks ago, but it was that good I put it on here. This is my fifth favorite restaurant in Orange County. It's called Tacos de Birria Los Carnales. It is this little window in a church. It's located on this church campus in Laguna Hills, Lake Forest, right there on the border, right off El Toro Road, and they specialize in birria tacos. Birria tacos are a stewed beef that has been cooked, kind of a soup for a long time, also with cheese that they melt onto the tortilla, so corn tortillas, cheese grilled onto it, then the stewed beef, and it's also served with a side of the soup so you can dip the taco in as you eat it. These are really good. I don't usually like hole-in-the-wall places, but this is one hole-in-the-wall place I really like. The sixth best restaurant in Orange County, this is my last in the Mexican list, Tacos Los Cholos. This one is in Anaheim, a few miles from Disneyland. And what makes this place special is they cook all of their meats outside over a wood fire on these grills. And not just any meat, but you can get premium meats at Tacos Los Cholos. You can get filet mignon for your taco. You can get ribeye steak for your taco. You can get those in burritos, but they are really quite good. They're going to cost you more. The ribeye burrito, because it's USDA prime ribeye, $20 for that burrito. But if you like beef and you like burritos, you like tacos, filet mignon tacos, it's going to be really good at Tacos Los Cholos. And it gets that really nice smoky flavor into the beef. And that's what the filet mignon taco looks like right there. All right, now I'm going to get, and that is, what is the name of this? Doing a live stream, things sometimes escape me. But you could kind of consider this like a quesadilla that has cheese, but then has the meat in it on the bottom, except it's not one tortilla that's folded. It's got the tortilla on the top and the bottom, and they also grill the peppers and give you the grilled peppers. All right, let's go on to burgers now. My seventh favorite restaurant in Orange County, California is, drumroll please, you don't need it because you can see it right there, it is In-N-Out Burger. That's right. I love In-N-Out Burger. The Traveling Princess loves In-N-Out Burger. What do I get at In-N-Out Burger? I get the double, no onions, extra everything, which is extra lettuce, extra spread, extra tomato. If you want to live a little bit, get the fries animal style. They put Thousand Island dressing, grilled onions, melt cheese on it, serve it with a fork. That's pretty good too. I don't love the Thousand Island dressing or the grilled onions on the fries, so sometimes I just get the fries with melted cheese on top. The best In-N-Out Burger in Orange County is the one right next to UCI Irvine, because that's the one where their corporate headquarters is right next to. It's also one of the biggest. Now, if I'm not eating In-N-Out Burger, my eighth favorite restaurant in Orange County is called Peter's Gourmand Grill. And by the way, if you're watching the live stream, you're like, Chris, do I need to write down all these names? I'm going to put this whole list in the description so you'll be able to find it after the archive. Give me a few hours once the video is done, and you'll find this whole list there in text. So Peter's Gourmand Grill, this place in Tustin, it's a small mom and pop type shop, just single location. Story behind this place is the guy who works works here, owns the place, used to work at like a 5-star hotel down by the beach, wanted to open his own restaurant and make 5-star hotel quality burgers, which they do. This is the ABC burger, avocado, bacon, and cheddar. They don't do Thousand Island dressing. They do tomato, mayonnaise, and mustard in that classic style. Really juicy burger, great avocado. This is a great spot. My 9th favorite restaurant in Orange County, California. Another burger. I say I like burgers a lot. This one's called the Riders Club. It's in San Clemente, California. It is 2 blocks from the beach. This is one place you're going to get a good deal by the beach in Orange County. And what do I like about this place? Well, it's kind of a neat converted cottage that they've converted into a restaurant, but they have really fresh beef. Probably the juiciest beef I've had on a burger in Orange County. And they also have their own homemade ketchup that you can get along to go with their fries. This burger is going to cost you a little bit more than from In-N-Out or Peter's Gourmand Grill because you are paying for a little bit of the 2 blocks from the beach upcharge. My 10th favorite restaurant in Orange County is also burgers. It is the Crystal Cove Shake Shack. It used to be run by Ruby's. Actually, it's no longer run by Ruby's. This is an old picture that I took. But this place has epic views. It is right above Crystal Cove State Park. You can get burgers there, which you see here, but you have amazing views of the ocean from the seating area. You see that seating area right there to the right. So do you go here for the world's best burgers? No, you go here for good burgers with amazing views. I'm going to keep going on this list for a moment, but I want to go to a few comments in the chat before we continue with number 11, which is going to be my favorite hot dog restaurant in Orange County. Brandon says, I had In-N-Out at Dallas, Texas after my flight from Mexico. That's one of my routines anytime we travel internationally. We're always stopping at an In-N-Out burger, either on our way out or our way back. At LAX, they've built a Shake Shack, so if we fly up there, sometimes we do In-N-Out on one way and then Shake Shack on the other slide. Caroline says, I've lived in San Clemente for 12 years and never tried the Riders Club. Caroline, now you need to do it. Get in on that. Chris, tune in from Tennessee. Welcome. Kathy says, I love avocado. And avocado is great here in California because we grow a lot of it, grow it in Mexico. You know, I've had a place with avocado on the east coast of the U.S. Let me tell you, not so good because it's got to travel all the way from the west coast of the U.S. And Fob Deep asked if the picture was the UCI In-N-Out. Yes, it sure was. Garrett asked, what about tortilla chips, Chris? Salsa. Sauce. Yeah, for sure. At Jalapeños, they make fresh chips. Those are really delicious. You can get it with the salsa together. And Jake says about the pepper we saw at the Tacos Los Cholos restaurant. It was massive. It was a massive pepper, but it was pretty good. Not too spicy. Just a nice kind of mild peppery taste. And Scott says, just had In-N-Out when I was in Fort Worth, Texas a week ago. It was so good. And what's unique about In-N-Out in Texas is you can get regular iced tea and sweet iced tea that they only have there. Since In-N-Out Burger is on this list, what am I drinking today? I'm drinking a hot matcha tea out of this In-N-Out Burger mug. Why? I'm by this fireplace. Kathy said, Chris, you're in a hoodie. It must be cold there today. I think this is the coldest day we've had here in Orange County. In the evenings it was in the 50s, something like that. So I'm putting on the hoodie. By the way, you've seen me wear this hoodie. I also want to let you know that I've just launched a new yellow production shop. Not really super public yet, but if you did want to get a hoodie for the cold weather, you could head over to the new yellow production shop over here and shop.yellow-productions.com. You'll also find a link in the description below. Pick yourself up a nice hoodie. It's pretty good. It's warm. This is what the winners of the summer return to travel competition are going to get as well. All right, let's continue on with the list, which is my 11th favorite restaurant in Orange County, California. Portillo's Hot Dogs. Portillo's Hot Dogs is located in Buena Park, just about a mile from Knott's Berry Farm. Portillo is actually a chain from Chicago. They specialize in Chicago-style hot dogs, which are hot dogs that have pickles, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Pickles, the other pickled thing, peppers, tomatoes, onions, mustard. Just a really good hearty hot dog. They've also got good Italian beef. They've also got good dessert. So just it's the biggest hot dog restaurant I have ever been to. The 12th best restaurant in Orange County, California. We're now in the pizza section. Is Pizza 900 Wood-Fired Pizza. This place only has one location. It's in Lake Forest, California. They specialize in Neapolitan Naples-style pizza. This is the Grande Siciliana pizza, which has homemade mozzarella cheese, their homemade dough, spicy pepperoni, spicy Italian sausage, basil, garlic, and some chili sauce on top. Super delicious. My favorite pizza anywhere in the U.S. is at Pizza 900. Even places that charge a whole bunch more, this pizza's $20. It can feed 2 people that aren't too hungry, or me if I'm really hungry together. Way better than anything you'd get from the Pizza Hut, Domino's, this and that. Now, if I'm hankering for a New York-style pizza, my 13th favorite restaurant in Orange County, California, is New York's Upper Crust Pizza. This is a New York-style pizza by the slice chain. What makes New York-style pizza? Well, that they cook it out of the oven, then they put it out for slices when you order it, then they reheat it to kind of crisp it up. I really like the pepperoni with mushroom, and the pepperoni with sausage. As you can see, this one is Traveling Princess approved as well. I see on the live stream, we have Mark from Walter's World. Mark, thanks for joining in. He says, Portillo, Chicago, baby. Yes, no ketchup because the condiments balance the flavor so well. Yeah, and you know what? On that Portillo's hot dog that we saw earlier, I personally don't actually love all those ingredients separately that we saw. If you're like, Chris, do you want mustard on your hot dog? Do you want onions? I don't love those things, but when you put them all together on the Portillo's hot dog, it does make it really super good. Also in the chat, Brandon says, Chris, what type of pizza do you prefer? Yeah, I like it with the toppings. I like pepperoni sausage, pepperoni mushroom. Those are probably my favorite kind of thing. I like the meat pizzas. And Jake really likes First Class Pizza. Not on my list. I've seen it on Yelp. I haven't made it over there, so there's perhaps another suggestion. Thank you. Yes, related to it being cold in San Diego, Mark says about 50 degrees when we have to break out those long sleeve t-shirts for the winter. Yeah, this hoodie, it's good for about this temperature. You know, it's not going to keep you cold in the Chicago cold, but it's good for the Southern California winter. And Mark agrees. It is that combination put together. So I wouldn't have believed it until I tried it. But for sure, whenever I fly through Chicago Airport, I always get the Chicago hot dogs, the variety of restaurants there that serve it. All right, the 14th best restaurant in Orange County is Sal's Pizzeria. Sal's Pizzeria, another New York-style pizza restaurant. But what's unique about Sal's Pizza, in addition to normal round triangular slice pizzas, they also have the grandma slice, the square Sicilian-style pizza that you see over there, where it has a lot of marinara sauce, a lot of garlic, pretty tasty, and then you can see the other ones that I say I like there, but really quite good for that Sicilian style pizza. 15th best restaurant. Oh, did we 15th best restaurant? Meh. Okay, well, we missed a picture. Why did we miss a picture? Because it was in the thumbnail of this video, which is the 15th best picture is Mr. Taco Nice. It is in Anaheim, California. It specializes in Mexican pizza. Yes, if you remember the thumbnail of this video, I am looking out on this pizza. It is a Mexican-style pizza. This place serves tacos and pizzas. What's a Mexican-style pizza? Think about all your Mexican-style toppings. You know, al pastor, pork, carne asada, onion, cilantro on a pizza. I think this guy wanted to open a taco shop, found a place that used to be a pizza place and said, I'm going to make Mexican-style pizzas, and I think that's the star of Mr. Taco Nice in Anaheim. You can get it just a couple miles from Disneyland. Okay, now that we've covered pizza, let's break off into the larger Italian section of food with the 16th best restaurant, which is Cortina's Italian Market. A couple locations. My favorite's the one in Anaheim near Disneyland. And inside, so this place has two entrances, to the left and then to the right. To the left is an Italian market that you can get like sliced Italian meats. You can get just marinara sauce. You can get like everything you'd want for Italian ingredients there. Or to the right is then the restaurant. The restaurant has really great pastas, spaghetti and meatballs, delicious, lasagna, delicious. Everything's made in-house, and you can really tell the pasta sauces are super fresh. All right. The 17th best restaurant in Orange County is North Italia. This one, chain Italian restaurant. They have a few locations. This one here is in Irvine, and what's really great about North Italia is they have super fresh pastas. So the pastas made in-house, just kind of softer and fluffier and airier than I find a lot of pasta places. 18th best restaurant in Orange County is Cucino Enoteca. This one is in the Irvine Spectrum Shopping Center. This is an interesting place because they refer to themselves as a combination of wine shop plus restaurant. If you go in there on a Sunday, you will find a lot of the Sunday Orange County ladies on their Orange County brunch, like parties of 10 or 20 dressed up in their Sunday dresses. We go there obviously with the Traveling Princess. They have these really interesting, they're like cauliflower blooms or broccoli blooms or broccoli flowers, something that they're on the appetizer section, but they're stuffed with ricotta cheese. They give you this pesto dipping sauce. The Traveling Princess loved these things. So do we. I really like the lasagna from there. They also have good pizzas. The OC girl likes the cream-based pastas, so can't go wrong, and it's a big place. All right, let's move on to Chinese food now. I mentioned that there's a lot of Chinese food in Orange County. One of my favorites is Din Tai Fung. Now, whether you call this Northern Chinese food or Taiwanese food, it is a chain from Taiwan that you would say specializes in Northern Chinese cooking. In particular, they specialize in soup dumplings right above me here, or xiao long bao. These are small little dumplings that have pork inside plus soup, and so when you bite into it, you get this kind of like soupy flavor explosion. I also really like, all the way there on the side, I really like the fried rice with the breaded pork chop. There in the middle is their cucumber salad, and then just up on top is like their chow mein or their noodles or something like that. Everything's pretty good. Their location in Orange County is in Costa Mesa at South Coast Plaza. Long line, super busy place. So if you want to eat there, my recommendation, get there like 20 minutes before they open for lunch. So if they open for lunch at 11, get there 10:40 to get in line to get a seat. So now in the same plaza, there's this place called Paradise Dynasty. It's in South Coast Plaza, and at Paradise Dynasty, it is, I would describe it as a Singaporean variant of Din Tai Fung. So they specialize in soup dumplings, but in particular, their shtick is multi-flavor soup dumplings. So at Din Tai Fung, where all of those soup dumplings were just pork flavored, here at Paradise Dynasty, you get like a spicy one, you get like a cheese one, you get like an asparagus one. They're like all different flavors. And so it's really interesting to try kind of just the different variants of similar foods. They are both really good. That's why Paradise Dynasty gets the 20th best restaurant in Orange County. Now, a lot of these things, some of these I've got separate videos on. So if you want to see more about Paradise Dynasty, I've got a whole video all about Paradise Dynasty at South Coast Plaza. And that's what the inside looks like. Pretty nice inside, and you can see in that little window in the back, you can see the people making the soup dumplings. Din Tai Fung has a similar thing. If you are looking for Peking duck, you will find it at the 21st best restaurant in Orange County called Cheng An. This is a chain from China, and they specialize in Chinese roast duck, Peking or Beijing style. And so what is in particular, what's different about a Peking duck versus just any other roast duck? Well, you can see this is the guy bringing it out from the oven, and they carve it at your table. Traditional Peking duck, they bring the duck out of the oven, they carve it in front of you at the table. And then in Beijing, the first portion is always the skin that they then serve with sugar. Right here, you get these thin pieces of skin that are crispy. You dip it in the sugar, you eat it, and then the rest of it you kind of make as like Chinese burritos and pancakes that you put together. Really good, not cheap. The Peking duck is $95 per duck at Chang'an, and you have to reserve it ahead of time. They don't take any walk-ins at all. Okay, I want to move on to one of my favorite dim sum places in Orange County, but before I do that, let me go to a few of the comments on the live stream. Scott says, I remember when you made the video on Paradise Dynasty. It was pretty tasty. Good memory. Hotels Photo USA says, in 2011, I went to Paradise Dynasty. Hotels Photo USA, what did you think about it? Danielle says, I've been to North Italia's El Segundo location. My favorite are the scallops in the lemon white wine sauce. Thank you for that. I'll have to try that next time. Fob Deep says, Paradise Dynasty, no takeout. Yeah, I think they're still struggling with having enough people working there to offer takeout. If you want takeout from the two, Din Tai Fung does do takeout. Brian says, true or false, do some of the New York pizza places, not New York, actually bring in New York water? You know what, Brian, that would be news to me. There could be some that do, but none of the ones that I've eaten at. Kathy says, I'm making her hungry. Well, then I have succeeded. And Brian agrees with me about Baja fish tacos being legit. Thank you for that, Brian. And Gavin says, hey, Chris, big fan. What's your favorite thing to do in Mission Viejo? You know what, Gavin? I don't make it out to Mission Viejo a lot. Probably hiking or walking. There's some neat walking paths over there. Maybe eat, because that's what I head over to Mission Viejo to do more. Dean says $95 for a duck is wild. Any Chinatown, you can probably get a similar one for 1/8 that. It is wild, Dean. I'm going to do a whole video about my experience at Chang'an. I've recorded it, but not released it yet, so you can watch it and see whether you think that $98 duck was worthwhile. And Hotels Photo also likes Paradise Dynasty. Thank you for that, Hotels Photo USA. All right, let's go on to the 22nd best restaurant in Orange County, California. It is Tim Ho Wan. This is the dim sum section. I have 3 best dim sum restaurants. The first one, Tim Ho Wan, is located in Irvine in the Diamond Jamboree Plaza, which is basically an Asian shopping mall. Everything is Asian in this 2-story Diamond Jamboree shopping mall. Tim Ho Wan is a dim sum chain from Hong Kong. It is known for being the first Michelin-starred dim sum chain. They have 1 Michelin star in Hong Kong. I really like their har gow, their shrimp dumplings, pretty solid. They do takeout, and their takeout's really good. You can get it on Uber Eats. You can get it on, well, I always get it on Uber Eats. You can get it on DoorDash too. But what I also really like about Tim Ho Wan, they serve dim sum all day. Dim sum is typically a morning brunch thing, but you can get dim sum for dinner at Tim Ho Wan because that's all they serve, and they're open at night. So no, like, you know, most dim sum places are like dim sum for lunch, and then they turn into like super expensive Chinese banquet places where you can get like abalone and sea cucumber, which is not really stuff that I'm into. But Tim Ho Wan is most well known for their baked barbecue pork buns that kind of have this almost like sweet, crispy outside with the salty barbecue pork. Really good. So if you go there, make sure to get their barbecue pork buns. Jorge says, I've been to the Tim Ho Wan and Diamond Jamboree, and it was awful. Tell you what, Jorge, give it a second try. The first time I went there when they opened, it wasn't great, but I think they've improved their quality. I find their takeout to be pretty good, too. The 23rd best restaurant in Orange County is Capital Seafood. Capital Seafood is located in Irvine Spectrum in the big shopping mall in Irvine. They do kind of a really good dim sum in a nice setting. They do the push carts, so I like that quite a bit. You can see what their dim sums look like there as well. Always been pretty solid. Now, my favorite dim sum, it's Orange County adjacent. It is in Cerritos, which is just right over the border from Orange County in LA, but I had to mention it here because actually we ate there this weekend. I love Lunasia. If you're in the region and you're looking for one dim sum place you won't go wrong with, go to Lunasia. It's a bit of a drive outside of Orange County, But what's really neat is at Lunasia now, it's all ordered from the menu. There's no push carts. They have a QR code on the table. You scan it with your phone. You order from your phone. You push submit order, and then food just starts coming to your table. So no lost in translation in the order. No fill out the sheet that they forgot. No, like, I ordered this and we don't have it anymore. Super good. There's the shumai barbecue pork, the fried barbecue pork ones, the baked barbecue pork ones. Really good. That was a photo from this weekend. Dim sum is like a really controversial thing. Hotel Photo says, I went to Capital Dim Sum back in 2015 and it was awful. Sorry to hear you had that experience. I find like no dim sum restaurant on Yelp gets 4 stars. They all get like 3 stars or less. And I think maybe because they're not super consistent, you will not be disappointed by Lunasia. I guarantee it. They are super consistent. By the way, sometimes people are like, Chris, how much do these restaurants pay you to make this video? Nobody paid me nothing to make this video. These are just the places I like to eat. My 25th favorite restaurant in Orange County is called Pokenometry. This place is in Anaheim. They started the poke bowl craze that is kind of like taken over the U.S. It's Hawaiian-style poke, which is, you could kind of consider it like a raw tuna salad almost, typically served on rice, and Chipotle style, where you go down the line and you tell them what you want. You can choose like your base of, do you want rice, chips, salad, and then you pick what fishes you want on top, what sauces you want on it, and then what toppings on top of it. This was a picture from their Hollywood location because the picture's more picturesque. This is looking out at Hollywood Boulevard down there, so the poke bowl looks like really super good. My 26th favorite restaurant in Orange County, California. We're now in the chicken and waffles section of this. I should make my head go away so that you can see this whole thing. Is Roscoe's House of Chicken and Waffles. Now, many people think this place is only in Los Angeles, but they have one location in Orange County. It is in Anaheim near Disneyland. They specialize in, drumroll please, chicken and waffles. That's right. Fried chicken on waffles. You know what? Get a side of mac and cheese to go along with that. Get some gravy to put on that fried chicken. Get some biscuits to go with it. Good down-home cooking you will find at Roscoe's. If that sounds a little too heavy or you don't want a sit-down place, Bruxy in Orange, California, the city of Orange in Orange County, where Orange County gets its name, Bruxy does these really neat chicken and waffle sandwiches, and you can get that served with real maple syrup, bacon, egg. Make it a breakfast thing, make it a lunch thing. Bruxy's pretty neat. Brandon said, did you just say waffles? I did just say waffles. You can't go wrong with waffles, I think. And Dean says, chicken and waffles is not a thing in Australia, but man, I want to try it. Dean, come to the U.S. Definitely get yourself some chicken and waffles. It is pretty good. Because go to the steak section. 28th best restaurant in Orange County is Mastro's for steak. They have 2 locations, one in Newport Beach that they call the Ocean Club, one that's their steakhouse in Costa Mesa across from South Coast Plaza. Both equally delicious. Really good steaks here, really good sides here. A steak like this for 2 people might cost you $100. It's not cheap, but it is really good. This is the filet mignon. In this case, between OC Girl and I, we got like the big 18-ounce filet mignon, cut it in half, and then we each have it. That's the mashed potatoes, the cream corn, top notch. This place, the waiters, dressed up to the nines. Definitely a special occasion kind of restaurant. Often a birthday celebration for me location. Now, kind of segueing from steak is prime rib. My favorite place for prime rib in Orange County, and this is number 29, is at 5 Crowns. This is in Newport Beach. 5 Crowns serves prime rib, traditional British style, with your Yorkshire pudding, kind of this baked bread thing, with the creamed spinach. You can also get creamed corn with mashed potatoes and gravy and the prime rib. It is owned by Laurie's, the seasoning salt company, and every time we've been there, it's been super delicious. Also not cheap. If you're looking for someplace a little less expensive, still want prime rib, number 30, go to South Coast Plaza, go to Laurie's Carvery. Laurie's has this fast food prime rib place. I love this place because you can go in and for, I think it's about $28, you can get a prime rib. Chris, that's expensive, $28 for a fast food place. It's prime rib, and it tastes 98% the same as the one from 5 Crowns, the sit-down location, just cheaper, a lot quicker, don't have to pay a tip if you don't want to, and that's the mashed potatoes with gravy, get the au jus on the side, the cream corn, super good. They also have a really good turkey plate, so if you missed your Thanksgiving dinner and you want turkey with all the sides, you can get it there. Okay, let's move on to my favorite Japanese restaurants. And people know we go to Japan a lot. We eat Japanese food a lot. Our favorite sushi restaurant is called Oshima. It is in Orange, California. It is a super traditional sushi bar. What do I mean by that? Well, they take reservations, but you can only call them between the hours of 5 and 5:15. For 15 minutes a day, you can call them to make a reservation. Outside of that, they don't answer the phones anymore. Their specialty here is the omakase. Last time we ate there, which was before the pandemic, omakase, I think was about $60 a person, so pretty reasonable for a really good Japanese meal where you just get the specialties of the day. That's kind of what the omakase set looks like. If you sit at the bar, they give it to you one by one. If you sit at the tables, you get it just kind of brought out to you as a whole thing. Super fresh fish. They fly in from Japan and super authentic. Now, in Japanese cuisine, there's a lot of different Japanese cuisine, so not all sushi. So my 32nd favorite restaurant in Orange County, California is called Fukada, and Fukada is in Irvine. They specialize in udon, which are flour noodles in soup. Just really good, just the right kind of hardiness or lightness of the soup because it's udon, great fresh vegetables in it, and also just kind of the right fluffy and chewiness of the udon. Now, if you can't get in there because sometimes it's busy, 33 is Marugame Udon. No picture for this one, but they are in South Coast Plaza. Marugame Udon. Many people have had it in Waikiki. It is this place kind of like a cafeteria for noodles where you go down the line, tell them what you want in it. They put it in there. Also pretty good, but can get really busy with long lines. Let's go ahead and talk about 34, which is ramen. And our kind of gold standard for ramen is this place called Santoka. It is a chain from Japan. They have a few locations around California, but in Orange County, their location is in Mitsuwa, Japanese supermarket, and they have a salt ramen and a soy sauce ramen. From Hokkaido, it is a pork bone broth, just super milky, super rich, super delicious. Noodles are cooked just the right to slurp in them. Cash only. They've been cash only for the longest time, but that's what the Santoka bowl looks like there on the right. You can get it with your egg on the side. You can get some other things on the side if you want like a rice bowl or things like that. But one of the things that we always look for in a good ramen is for the pork to be really tender, and it's like really tender, just kind of like falls off the bone, and no bone, but just falls off your chopsticks. Now, if we want a lighter ramen, the 34th best restaurant is Kitakata Ramen Bannai. This is another ramen chain from Japan. A few locations in Orange County, Irvine, Huntington Beach, Costa Mesa are a few of them. And they specialize in Kitakata style ramen, which is a much lighter broth and also these wavier noodles. People who live in Kitakata, which is in Fukushima Prefecture, which we visited right before the pandemic in February, they love ramen so much they often eat ramen for breakfast. People there eat ramen like 7 days a week. And so this is that kind of ramen that you can eat and not feel very heavy or greasy afterwards. The 36th best restaurant in Orange County is a Japanese cow tongue restaurant. This is in the same place as Santoka earlier, the Mitsuwa Japanese supermarket in Costa Mesa. This place specializes in cow tongue, grilled cow tongue. Super, if you've never had it, Japanese style, super delicious. They cook it over charcoal. Also another cash only place. You can get it just as like a set with the cow tongue. You can also get it as like a curry. You can get it in other ways. I really just like kind of the plain set here that comes with rice and soup. There's also a beer place in Mitsuwa if you want to get some beer to go with it. Now, Japanese curry is always popular, and so our 37th best restaurant in Orange County is Curry House Coco Ichibanya, located in Diamond Jamboree in Irvine, same plaza as Tim Ho Wan. They specialize in their curries. This is a chain straight out of Japan. Their curries taste just like you got them in Japan. Get your curry, get some meats or proteins here like katsu, get some rice, get some pot stickers in it. I like to get my curry with the katsu, pork katsu, like breaded pork cutlet, some fried pot stickers, call it gyoza at a Japanese restaurant, the curry, and you can get it like as spicy as you want to. Only problem with this place, long lines, long waits. Now, our favorite Japanese bakery is a place called Cream Pond. They've got 2 locations, one in Tustin, one in Fountain Valley. Amazing Japanese breads, bakeries, Japanese cakes. We often get a Christmas strawberry cake from Cream Pond. This is what the inside of the place looks like. They also have a really good katsu curry, bizarrely enough, at a Japanese bakery. That is what the katsu curry looks like from Cream Pond. So you can go there and get your strawberry cake or strawberry croissants and get a katsu to eat all at the same time. Last of my Japanese section, number 39, can you tell we like Japanese food a lot, is called Sagami Japanese Restaurant in Irvine. Just a really solid Japanese restaurant, variety cuisines. In particular, though, they specialize in Nagoya cuisine. So a lot of their things have red miso in them, which is native to the Nagoya region. I really like to get the katsudon there. Shown a lot of katsu, but this one in particular is really juicy, really tender. Great combination of that egg that mixes into the rice and the sweet katsu sauce that goes on it. All right, next we're going to get into Thai food with number 41, but I want to go to some comments in the chat before we do that. Randy really likes cow tongue for Korean barbecue. I think I agree with you. I also really like it at gyukaku, which is Japanese barbecue. Points Traveler says, what's it taste like? It's cow, so it's beef. Consider it like a denser, stronger beef, and it's definitely tougher. But a good restaurant will kind of like score it and make it more tender, which they do there. It's supposed to be really healthy for you. Natalie says, I really enjoyed Sushi Laguna. I went there and Driftwood Deck Laguna. We're coming up on the Deck Laguna soon. Mike says he's eating ramen right now. Mike, good. How are you enjoying your ramen? Kel says, what is OC Girl and the princess's favorite food? OC Girl loves anything noodles. The traveling princess, she really loves In-N-Out Burger, as you saw earlier. I think the grilled cheese and french fries at In-N-Out Burger are some of her favorites. Randy seconds Mastro's in LA. Thank you for your second. They've also got a location in Vegas for anybody heading there. And David asks about, what about Celine's? I don't know about Celine's. Jake says, Roscoe's is opening in San Diego in early 2022. That is exciting, Jake. Great to hear. I'll have to see what that location looks like. Alex asks if Sidecar Donuts counts as a restaurant. It might. Stay tuned. And Jorge asks if I've been to Anjin. I don't think so. I don't think I've been to Anjin. Alice, dessert place is coming up. Yes, dessert place is coming up. All right, let's keep going. Got 66 to go through. Well, 20 more, something like that. No stopping. Chris, come on. Okay, let's bring it up. The dessert place, the 40th best restaurant in Orange County, California, is this French bakery / bistro called Moulin. They've got a few different locations in Irvine, in Newport Beach, in Dana Point, in Laguna Beach, and they have this amazing French pastry counter. They're not cheap. They're like $7 to $10 for those pastries. Great. It's like owned by French people, baked by French people. They also have like lunch things. You can get like French sandwiches. You can get French onion soup. Their original location is the one in Irvine, right off the 73 freeway. We often get special order cakes from there, or just pick up desserts from there. Now let's move over to Thai food. Our 41st favorite restaurant in Orange County, California is this place called The Chicken Rice. They are located in Santa Ana, this really unassuming little building. They specialize in Thai chicken rice. Kind of like Singaporean chicken rice, a little bit different sauces, a little bit preparation. On the left, you see there is sort of a broiled chicken, and then a fried chicken, some ginger rice, some nice soup, some Thai iced tea, some sauces to go with it. Really super good. They also do a really good, great khao soy noodle, which is like a northern style dish, curry, coconut-based soup with noodles. You can see the 2 containers because that's to go, and they give you the noodles to then toss in the soup so the noodles don't get all soggy. The 42nd restaurant is the Chicken Rice's sister restaurant called Tuk Tuk Thai Street Food. They have 2 locations, one in Santa Ana, new one in Irvine, in these little food hall kind of things. They specialize in noodles, Thai noodles, and also fried rices. Probably their signature one is the spicy crab fried rice. The 43rd best restaurant in Orange County is The Deck in Laguna Beach. We heard this one in the chat already. And this is, if you're going for a view, these are 2 view restaurants, and they're right next to each other. 43 is The Deck. You can see it's this deck that is right on the beach. How's the food? The food's pretty decent. And then that balcony that's right up there from the deck, that is Driftwood Kitchen. We've eaten there as well. I think the food is better at Driftwood Kitchen. The views are better at the deck because there's more view seats. The 44th best restaurant in Orange County, is also for views, is called The Cliff in Laguna Beach. You can see those blue umbrellas. Those blue umbrellas, that is the cliff located right on this cliff. That's what the view from the restaurant on the right where the blue umbrellas are, that's the view of Laguna Beach. It is an epic view, great special occasion locations, all outside seating, so definitely go there on a kind of warm, sunny day. The 45th best restaurant in Orange County, we're now in the barbecue section, not Korean barbecue, but American Texas barbecue. Jav's barbecue is in Anaheim. Eat the meat, not the sauce. You get the meats, you get the sauce separate because good barbecue, you don't need to put sauce on it. They do all the standard barbecue things. They cook it in a big smoker. My favorite is their brisket. There's the brisket sandwich, mac and cheese, cornbread, super good. 46th best restaurant in Orange County, California, Heritage Barbecue. This one is in San Juan Capistrano. It's kind of in the south of Orange County, right next to the Mission San Juan Capistrano. This place just got a Michelin, I think Bib Gourmand or something like that for their barbecue. They cook it out in smokers. I also like their brisket sandwich. Not on the menu. The way this place works, you get your meat basically by weight, but they're like, well, if you want to make it in a sandwich, we can sell you a half pound of meat. We can sell you some bread. We can sell you some pickled things. We can sell you some barbecue sauce, and we'll just put it all together in a sandwich. I'm like, that sounds good, and it's super tasty. Ribs are super good as well. Long lines there, too. It's super popular. The 47th best is JD Flannel for donuts. We're in the donut section now. This place is also in San Juan Capistrano. The guys who own this place, J and D, that you see there, always wear flannel. I haven't met J, but I've met D. He's a super cool guy. And this place, their smoked apple fritters are to die for. They are like $6 for the smoked apple fritters, but everything they make at this place is in small batches, super tasty. When I go there, I'll get like 4 apple fritters, put them in the fridge, heat them up later. Super good. Also for donuts, my second favorite donut place, and this is number 48, is Sidecar Donuts. Their Orange County location, Costa Mesa, Newport Beach. Also a lot of small batch donuts. They have a Eggs Benedict donut. It's like an egg. It's like a poached egg inside of a donut. Really interesting, unique donut creations. Let's move on to Korean food now. The 49th best restaurant in Orange County is BCD Tofu House. They have a couple locations. This is the one at Diamond Jamboree. I've gone back to this plaza a lot. There's a lot of good food in this plaza in Irvine. BCD Tofu House specializes in Korean tofu. You can see that pot right there. When it comes to your table, the pot is superheated, bubbling cauldron of red soup. I really like to get it with the kalbi, or the Korean short rib. The kimchi is pretty good, and those are some of the sides that it comes with. They will also deliver it via Uber Eats if you have an Uber Eat hankering. Another really solid Korean tofu place called Cove. This is number 50 there in Irvine. You can see what that looks like. I like the sides better from Cove. In particular, that yellow thing you see up there, it's like a pumpkin... pumpkin potato salad. The great thing, if you've never been to like a Korean or Korean tofu restaurant or any of these things, is all those things in those little silver dishes, they call them the banchan or the sides, unlimited refills, so you can get as much of that as you want to. So if you didn't fill up on your mains, then you can just fill up on more of those sides. The 51st best restaurant in Orange County. We're now in the Korean barbecue section, and I got two, pork and beef. This first one's pork. Sukdal in Garden Grove, California. They specialize in Korean barbecue pork. Really good. They actually cook it at your table when it's not COVID. When it is COVID, they kind of cook it someplace else and then bring it to you, so you don't have to cook it yourself, which is pretty nice. Like you can get like pork neck and pork cheek and a lot of it really interesting cuts of pork. I believe this tastes as good as the pork that we've had at our Korean barbecue in Korea when we've been there. And number 52 on this list, second for Korean barbecue, Baekjong. I probably pronounced that wrong. One location in Irvine, one in Buena Park. This place is just a super fun Korean barbecue place. Great atmosphere. Feels inside like you're in one of these raging Korean barbecue places in South Korea. And they do this interesting thing where around the grill, they put egg and cheese, and the egg cooks and gets the juices from the meat that comes in it. And so you kind of get this like meaty juice omelet once it cooks. Really quite good. All right, let's move on to Vietnamese food. 53rd best restaurant in Orange County, California is Pho 101. This is in Fountain Valley, Huntington Beach area. There's a lot of pho restaurants, a lot of Vietnamese food. I mentioned Westminster is the home to Vietnamese food. What I like about Pho 101, I really like the pho ga, the chicken noodle soup. I feel of all the places I've had Vietnamese chicken noodle soup, this is the cleanest flavor. Like, it's not greasy, it's very light, super good quality chicken. They give you this nice dipping sauce on the side. The traveling princess likes this place too. She likes the egg rolls, she likes the noodles from there. OC girl gets the beef pho with like the meatballs and like the flank steak. This place started as a little thing, opened, now it's bigger and bigger and bigger because clearly a lot of people are liking their pho from Pho 101. Now, kind of go into some maybe non-traditional or new Vietnamese place, like new school Vietnamese cuisine. We really like Sup Noodle Bar. This is number 54. They have a couple locations. This is the one in Irvine. And I really like their garlic shrimp, their garlic noodles with shrimp. And then they serve it with kind of this green Peruvian spicy sauce. Really delicious. And then they have these buns at the top they call golden bows. They're like these deep fried pork buns. Really good. 55th best restaurant in Orange County, California is Nguyen's Kitchen. This is another, I would call it, new school Vietnamese restaurant. This location's in Orange, California, next to the Children's Hospital. I just ate there last week. They have a lot of Vietnamese dishes. In particular, I like the sandwich you see there. This is their bulgogi steak sandwich. They also give you this green Peruvian sauce. Last weekend, we had the noodles, garlic noodles, just like Sup Noodles does. These, I think, take home and reheat better, so we often get those. It's like, we'll get it at 2 o'clock, we'll bring it home, we'll pop it in the toaster oven and have some tasty noodles to have later. Now, no Vietnamese food list in Orange County would be complete without mentioning Brodard. Brodard is the 56th best restaurant, and it is this mega house of Vietnamese food. They are most well known for their spring rolls. They're not egg rolls, they're not fried, but they have this like grilled pork that's in them, fresh veggies, great dipping sauces. That's the thing to get at Brodard. They have a whole bunch of other foods. You can dine in, you can get these to go. They have a whole to-go section as well. If you're looking for kind of like hip Vietnamese food, then you'll want to head over to Little Sister, 57 best restaurant in Orange County, California. This just opened up in Irvine Spectrum, and it's a pretty hip place. Like, the employees there have a lot of tattoos, if you know what I mean. But they have this like Vietnamese paella. It's like this red rice that has a whole bunch of seafood in it. Really super good. You're going to pay if you go there, and their reservations are booked out like weeks in advance. But a great kind of like fancy Vietnamese restaurant to eat at. Now in the Indian section, we really like India Gate. It's number 58. There's a lot of Indian restaurants. We've tried a lot of Indian restaurants. We love Vietnamese food. India Gate's our favorite. They do a really good lunch buffet, but in particular, we really like their chicken tikka masala and their biryani. Biryani, I kind of call it like the Indian type of fried rice. It's really a baked rice, but theirs just has the right level of flavorful and spicy. So chicken biryani, chicken tikka masala, great garlic naan. Can't go wrong if you're doing it to go for dinner, takeout. They're on Uber Eats as well. We've been doing that a lot, takeout during the pandemic. We were doing a lot of the buffets before the pandemic. Now, there's another Indian restaurant we like called Southern Spice. This is number 59. Southern Spice specializes in Southern Indian foods. Most Indian restaurants in the U.S. are Northern Indian food. Southern Indian food has a lot of seafood. In particular, Southern Spice has a really good mango shrimp curry. Delicious. They also have these really great lunch sets. If you eat there, it comes on this really nice silver thali in like the whole container that they cooked it on the stove with. Neat place. Now, no list, at least from Yellow Productions, would be complete without at least one Taiwanese restaurant. And so number 60 is Oshine Teppan Grill. It's a Taiwanese restaurant in Lake Forest, California. They do a really good fried pork chop rice. They also do really good, these are pumpkin noodles. These are like noodles, and you can see those orange things or a little piece of pumpkin. Traveling Princess really likes that one. Indonesian food, number 61 is Uncle Fung's. Uncle Fung specializes in laksa, which you could also consider maybe a Malaysian food. Laksa is a spicy soup, chili plus coconut flavor, really popular in Singapore. We'll have like shrimp and tofu and chicken inside of it, usually a couple different types of noodles. This is our favorite laksa in Orange County. Also with roti, which is kind of like this, it's maybe not a flatbread, it's kind of like a pulled bread. They give you curry as a dipping sauce to dip it in, and then a Malaysian tea, which is a really strong milk tea. If you're looking for breakfast, the 62nd best restaurant in Orange County, California is Las Brisas. This is in Laguna Beach. They got a great view, but they do a super good breakfast. Great waffles, great French toast, and a great view. As you can see, this is the view from one of their outdoor tables of Laguna Beach. In non-pandemic times, they had a great breakfast buffet too, which I'm sure it will be back. Ice cream, our favorite is Gelato Paradiso in Laguna Beach. I know Alex in the chat, it's also his favorite as well. It's down this little cobblestone alley. They also have a location in Newport Beach and Fashion Island. Just the super freshest Italian ice creams around. Really rich and creamy, really fruity, really quite tasty. In our home stretch here, the last three are food halls. Number 64 is the Anaheim Packing House. This is in Anaheim. It used to be a sun-kissed packaging facility for oranges, and now it's a food hall. It's really kind of like fancy looking. They kind of kept the whole orange vibe that's in there. Javs, the barbecue place I mentioned earlier, is right adjacent to the Anaheim Packing House. Number 65, Rodeo 39. This is in Stanton, California. Place probably many people don't go, but it has a really good food hall. 39 because it's on the Beach Boulevard, which is Route 39. This is like an Asian food hall, Asian public market. So lots of great Asian food in there. 66 was the last one. Another great food hall. This one's called the Mess Hall. This is in Tustin. It's in this complex called the Flight. Former like a Army, Marine Corps runway, like an old base that's there. And they made this look kind of like it looks like an old like mess hall that would have been on a military base, but now it's a really neat food hall. Well, there you have it, everybody. Those are my favorite eats in Orange County, California. I hope. Now, if you're coming to Orange County, you know where you should eat. If you didn't have a chance to write all those down in the archive, look in the description. I will have them all there. And let's go ahead and do the giveaway.
Yes, it's the time you've been waiting for. It's time for the giveaway.
All right, fellow explorers, as always, I give away a Yellow Productions crew shirt on every live stream. And today, you'll win a Yellow Productions crew shirt if you can tell me how I get my double-double at In-N-Out Burger, what what modifications do I get on my double-double and In-N-Out burger? When I order my double-double, what do I say with it? I said it earlier when we were talking about In-N-Out. So if you can answer that correctly, then you will win a Yellow Productions crew shirt shipped anywhere to you. Now, if you don't get to answer a question correctly and you're looking for, maybe some holiday gifts, well, you can get all your favorite Yellow Productions crew gear over the new Yellow Productions shop, shop.yellow-productions.com, including this very nice, luxurious hoodie here for the holidays. We'll take some comments while we're waiting for the winners to roll in. Jay says, I've never been to Stanton. Thank you. I've driven through it, but I've never had a reason to go there. And it was actually a fellow explorer here that recommended Rodeo 39 to me. I intend to make a video of it, but just haven't yet. Stanford Bridge says the food route 66. Kathy says too many places to choose from and not enough time. I agree, there are too many places. Randy says no banh mi place. I only had an hour for this. I didn't think I could fit in more. Prodard will get you banh mi's. There's some Kali banh mi. There are banh mi places that we definitely like. Jim also really likes New York's upper crust pizza. It was on my list, so I agree with you, Jim. And let's see, looking in the chat, let's see if we find a winner.
And now we have a winner chicken dinner.
Congratulations, Grant Yenny. You are the winner. I get my double-double with no onions, extra everything, which is extra lettuce, extra spread, extra tomato. So Missy said extra lettuce, extra spread, but it's extra tomato. Technically, this is my order. So Grant, congratulations. Please send me an email at chris@yellow-productions.com. You'll find the link in the description. And fellow explorers, it was super great hanging out with y'all for this hour. Just like this started as a recommendation from Alex. Chris, can you make a video about your favorite restaurants in Orange County? If you have a recommendation for a video that you want me to do as a live stream, let me know. I'm always looking for ideas from y'all because some of your ideas are, frankly, better than my ideas. Well, as usual, fellow explorers, I won't say goodbye because I'm going to see you in the next video.